Hello, Bulldogs, and welcome to another edition of Open Line on Air. This has been quite a busy school year, and our guest today finds herself at the center of the very involved and complex operations of the Garfield Heights High School, Mrs. Ann Reisland. For the last several years, Mrs. Reisland has served as the assistant principal at Garfield Heights High School, but she'll be moving into a new role next year. Leanne also has a long history in this community, and we plan on discussing it today. So let's begin. Mrs. Reisland, can you please begin by sharing your background with the community and telling people where you grew up and where you went to school?
Sure. I am a product of the Garfield Heights City Schools. I graduated from Garfield Heights High School. I attended Elmwood Elementary School, the Garfield Heights Middle School. After high school, I went to John Carroll to get my bachelor's degree. And then I went to Cleveland State to get my master's degree and my administrative license. I'm also married to a teacher at Garfield Heights High School, and we have a daughter, and we still live in the community.
That's great, Leanne, that you're a product of our district. Tell the viewers at home where you started your professional career.
Sure. I did my student teaching here at Garfield Heights High School, and I was hired the year after. I was an English teacher for 14 years. And then in 2012, I was hired as the assistant principal when you moved up to superintendent and Ms. Hager took the job as the building principal.
I'd like you to elaborate on each. Can we stop for a minute? Because that was at the end of that question. Okay. I looked at the wrong question. All right, ready? Can you discuss the role you have played as the assistant principal?
Sure. I like to think of my job as having four main components. I look at curriculum, teacher evaluations, professional development, and testing.
Why don't you elaborate on each of those four areas so that the viewers at home have an understanding as to what is involved with such areas of focus? Can you start with the teaching and the curriculum? What does that involve?
Sure. So I have to sit down and work with these teachers to make sure that they are collaborating in their teacher-based teams. We call them TBTs. And they work together to formulate common assessments and analyze data and make sure that their students are meeting goals and benchmarks. I sit in TBT meetings, we work together, I review their TBT binders, their notes, their objectives, their assessments, and just to make sure that they are meeting all of their goals.
Those TBT meetings happen when?
Thursday mornings.
So the focus on the district is Thursday mornings of professional development and TBT time.
Correct.
And can you discuss how that works together with testing and your responsibilities with your job?
Yeah, so testing and curriculum are a little bit difficult to unyoke. They kind of go together. It's important that the content and the level of application that the kids are being tested on is also mirrored in the classroom. So that's all part of my job, is we make sure I go into classrooms, make sure that those are happening, and then again, through those TBT discussions and then the building leadership team discussions, we make sure that those things are happening.
Testing recently finished finally at the high school.
It did.
So how did it go at the high school this year?
Really well. We wrapped it up last week and it went really well.
Can you discuss teacher evaluations and the role that you have now at the high school with evaluations?
Yes. So teacher evaluations, again, they just work together with the curriculum and the testing component to make sure that everything is happening in the classrooms. We, in our building, I am responsible for making sure that everybody has an assigned evaluator, that the teachers know all of the processes, the procedures that are involved, that both teachers and administrators are aware of the deadlines. And of course, it's up to me that I need to stay up to date with all of the evaluation protocols, because there are a lot of changes regularly through the state or through the contract with the teachers union, and we have to make sure that we adhere to all of those protocols.
Professional development is really important at the high school. What are some of the things that you do, and what's your role as a person doing professional development?
Well, I love the professional development aspect, and we have several waiver days throughout the year. It falls on me to plan them. We usually get our ideas for planning them through our TBTs and through our BLTs. and then I communicate with central office what we need and what we're going to do.
Sounds like a lot of work that you focus on.
It sure is.
With all of this experience, does it seem like it will be a natural transition for you to move to the central office as the curriculum coordinator?
I believe so. I'm really looking forward to it. I think that the testing component, the curriculum component, that really advancing those CBTs and the professional development is going to be a natural progression, and I look forward to expanding it and looking at grades, outside of the high school. My experience so far has been with 9 through 12, and I'm really looking forward to meeting with the, preschoolers and the elementary teachers and students.
Born and raised in Garfield, went to school in Garfield. What is it
Yeah.
that you love about Garfield Heights?
Well, I have a strong personal attachment to Garfield Heights. Being born and raised here, I had excellent experiences, a great childhood, nice school experiences. I met my husband here. I have a strong personal attachment. But also, I think the thing I love about working at the high school and working with our kids is that they are not cliquey. The groups are blurred, they're not cliquey. We have students who play football and then they stay on the field at halftime to play an instrument in the marching band, and everyone's just okay with that. It's all tolerated. Our students are kind, they're compassionate. Every day somebody opens the door for me when I walk in the morning. There's always somebody there who gets the door for me. They're friendly and they're just really neat kids, and I love being around them. And I think that having those nice experiences as a student and then coming back in as an adult, I hope to inspire other kids to want to give back and come back and continue to keep us in mind.
That's what makes us special, absolutely. Well, Mrs. Reisland, I want to thank you for your time you spent sharing with the community all the things that you have done to make Garfield Heights High School a great place for our students. We especially appreciate your answer about why Garfield Heights is such a special place to all of us. I couldn't agree with you more. We certainly hope that you have enjoyed watching our broadcast and that you have a safe and enjoyable summer. Until next time, I'm your proud Superintendent, Terry Olszewski, and thanks for watching. And as always, go Bulldogs!